Okay, test. Test. If you can hear me, please comment and let me know that you can hear me. I'm just going to give this a minute and make sure, see what's going to happen. Make sure all my analytics and stuff is situated, so bear with for a few minutes. So, trying to get this thing going right. Again, if you can hear me, please comment. Let me know if you can hear me or not. I don't know. Last time I tried this, I wasn't having any luck with the mic and stuff. So if you can hear me, please comment. Let me know that the voice is coming through. I'm just trying to make sure everything's working. So please bear with for just a couple of moments. And I'm sharing it out, so excuse me. See a couple of people on here. Again, if you can hear me, if my voice is coming through, please comment. Let me know you can hear me on the voice. I'm showing activity, but I don't know if it's on the mic or not. So I can try hooking up something else and seeing if that will work better, but okay. Okay, I'm gonna give this just a couple more minutes just to see, because again, I can't tell. It's not showing me on my end if the mic is really working. I mean, it's showing the icon and everything, and it's showing activity off of it, but I'm not knowing for sure if anything's going through. So if it is and you're here, please comment on the chat and let me know, or send me a message somewhere and let me know that you can hear me. I mean, that's very, very, very helpful right now, because I have no idea, again, that if there's any voice going on in there. I'm trying to check around. I mean, it's showing that I am, but I can't tell for sure. Well, I want to give it like another minute to see, because I'm not, again, I don't know if the sound's coming on, if I have any voice. Let's see, can I mute? Apparently it is working. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. Well, I'll give it like another minute to see if anybody else shows up. I've been streaming for about 10 minutes now, or going on 10 minutes. But I want to give it just a couple more minutes before I start sorting through all this mess. I have a huge pile here. But if you don't know me, here on YouTube, I am Don About Maximize. Seen through the comic book world. I've been hanging out on live streams for comic book shops, and I'm on the Discord a lot with the Transmissions podcast. Uh, but I've been kind of dead here on YouTube for quite a while. I get the videos out every once in a while. It's just everything that's been going on, haven't been able to get it out there. So uh, I'm getting it going again. I'm trying. I'm very, very hard trying. As you can see, I had to move my stuff. I'm actually sitting in my living room basically now, so that's why I got that background behind me. But just bear with me just a couple more minutes, and we'll get through this video, or start getting through this. Hope you all are doing well. Also, if it cuts out on me during the stream, we are under a tornado storm warning and stuff. It's gotten windy and stuff here, but nothing real major. I think some of the worst stuff is kind of going around us. But so if my power goes out, that will more likely be the reason why. So just let me know what's going on with you, how things are going. Say hi. If you're safe where you are, how you're surviving all this mess with the pandemic mess, and everything else. But for now, let's just say we jump into this, looking at these collection here. If you see me on some of my Facebook groups, the Transformers comic buy sell trade group, basically, I'm in there a lot, and I'm also on a couple other groups. Matt, which is the Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee Transformers trading group. I moderate both of those groups, and they're both great bunch of people in those. And a good friend of mine, or a friend of mine on one of the groups named Ryan, introduced me to the comic book live stream for several comic book shops. He also introduced me to two artists, Steve Leidick and the other guys. Bear with me. Steve Leidick and Edward. Both of them, he introduced me to their live streams. They do one on Friday night, which is Steve, and Edward does his on Saturdays, which are awesome. They could do art and coloring on both. Steve's a colorist, and Jeff Edwards, is the guy that does on Saturday nights. He does art on his books on Saturdays, and they're fun to watch. They're there with their wives. They do giveaways during their streams and auctions on their stream, so it's fun to watch them, see how the work does go through. But they're cool people to watch. I highly recommend you checking them out. I share the streams on the couple of the groups, so if you like Transformers, you like watching the comic art, and but they're fun to watch. They started like I want to say 8 o'clock Central Time, or my time is Central Time, on Friday, Saturday nights. So they're cool to check out. You can win some good prizes and stuff off of them. But while I was there, I got introduced to several of these comic book shops. I got one good heavy lot here I bought from Good Old Comics. It's a I don't even know where their store's at. I wish I had written it down so I could tell y'all. They have a Facebook page and a stream that they do on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, something like that. But they sell all kinds of books on there. And I was there a little over a week ago, a couple weeks ago now, they were selling a bunch of the Transformers books. They actually sold a box of them, which I have here on the side here. I should show that. You see that there? The short box full of Transformers comics I bought from them. And they came in this past week. It actually was pretty hefty because the box itself weighed 41 pounds. But this is the shipping box. Because they had some extra books that they had put in there that I had gotten earlier from them, and padded envelopes besides. And their packaging and stuff for it was awesome. They did a great job on that. So there's no worries on that at all. But it was fun to do. It was fun to hang out with them and get this from them. And I got a huge lot. And what I'm going to do here is I got them kind of separate out a little bit. Not fully by company or whatever, but like by looseness and stuff. I have a pile here that's just loose comics. They don't have a bag or board on them. I'm going to go through those first. And then we're going to go through the main box, which is ones that have bags. Some of them are bags. Some of them have boards. Some of them have just the bag, but we're going to go through that, and then we're going to go through the rest of this stuff. So hopefully this won't take too long, so bear with me. If you see any, I'm going to be sorting through these with my collection. I have, from what I've gotten through all this, I have most of these already. There's like only, I'd say 10, 20, 30, around that range of books that I didn't have that I'm going to be adding. I might even replace some. I don't know. I have to compare them over and that. But I am going to go through my groups, and I'm going to be selling, possibly doing giveaways and stuff of these books once I get it sorted out fully. So be sure to watch out for that. And here on YouTube, I'm going to be doing it here more likely as well. But shall we just, excuse me as I sit up a little bit. Let's get into it. First, these loose books I have from IDW. This is Infiltration, the number issue 2. This is a C cover. got Prowl and Ratchet. I'm not going to spend too much time showing all these off, but because some of these I have like 2 to 3 copies of. But there we have this one. We're going to go into another escalate. Was that Escalation or was that Devastation? No, that was Infiltration. I'm sorry. This one is Escalation from the same series, or the next continuous series from Infiltration with Sunstreaker there. This is actually issue 1A, the regular cover for that series. And we got another one from Escalation. This is issue 5, cover B. Got an image of Megatron with Prime in his sights. We continue on to another Escalation. This is cover 6A. We got Prowl, Wheeljack, and Jazz. And I can't remember who this one is. I want to say that's again, I can't remember who that was supposed to be in that image. We continue on to 100 Penny Press. This is Robots in Disguise, issue 1. This is actually a reprint from the latest, not the latest, not the current one, but the last series of IDW. This basically continued on from that series. This is issue 1. This is just a reprint with the 100 Penny Press logo on it. And yay, we're going to go into the Michael Bay verse. This is issue 4, cover A of the movie prequel from the Michael Bay movie verse series. Continue on. We got issue 3, also cover A. There, a Bumblebee. We're going to go to change it out of that and go into Fun Pub. This is issue 4 from BotCon 2009, Wings of Honor. Back into the movie verse, we got the movie prequel Target exclusive issue. This is like a number 1 issue, or issue 1 from the prequel. It's just like a Target exclusive. I think this came off, you bought this with a figure or came off a figure set or something like that. We got one of those in there. I think there's another one in here. We got another issue 1, cover B. That's another Bumblebee image on Cybertron. This is before he got his form on Earth. And then back still in the prequel, going to issue 2. This is cover B. Just a nice image of the Decepticon logo. Jump into Dreamwave now. We got the War Within preview issue. This is just a small, like 10, 12 page issue, I think it was, something like that. Just a small little preview to the War Within before it got released, which was pretty cool. I actually think this ties in with the Dreamwave books, but it comes in like halfway through the series is where it's supposed to tie in. We go on, continue on. That's more Dreamwave. This is issue 4 of the War Within, the Dark Ages. This is actually the sequel to that War Within. There was the War Within. You had the Dark Ages, and then there was a third series, which I cannot think of the title of that series, but this was the second series of that. This is issue 4. Nice image of Grimlock there fighting Jetfire. And we'll go back to the original series. Hey, Brian. Good to see you, man. Here is the issue Age of Wrath. Thank you. I couldn't remember what the last one was. Issue 2 from the original War Within line. You got Megatron with Ravage there. Again, this is all Dreamwave. Here's issue 4 from the same series. You got Megatron and Prime there. Looks like the Matrix busting out of Prime, or busting out energy out of Prime. And back into, here's another issue 5. I agree, Dogcades. Issue 5, the War Within was highly underrated. There's Nice image there. You got Wheeljack, Ironhide, Cup, and Grimlock all in that nice shot there. This is all pre-Earth, so they're like their Cybertron forms. Continue on to issue 4, or another copy of issue 4, I should say. The same issue we just showed off, but this is issue 4, the same thing. So like I said, I have some of them that are I have 3 copies of in here. I'm going to change up back to IDW, but we're going to go into the animated side of it. We got the animated The Arrival. This is issue 2, cover B, with Sentinel and the Autobots in hologram form. This is actually the only animated book that came in the set. So, yep, that's true, man. Ryan commented, Dreamwave was awesome, except that Pat Lee, effed everybody and went back to cause them to go bankrupt. And it was a shame. Here we go, going to Dreamwave's Armada, the mini-cons of issue 5. And we got an issue 1. Prime and everybody in the image there. If you guys ain't read the Armada, you've probably seen the cartoon or the anime of Armada. I highly recommend you reading the books of it too. I mean, the books were really good. They did one more in depth with the mini-cons. And here's issue 8, again showing a bunch of the mini-cons. Actually, all the Autobot mini-cons right there. And we go back to an issue 7. You got Prime and Megatron fighting it out. And with a bunch of mini-cons down below. And it's actually got Megatron with the Darksaber there. And we got yet another issue 1 from Armada. I spoke to Pat Lee, brother, wife, a few months ago. It's a long but funny story. I'll tell you one day. I look forward to hearing that. We're going to jump back into Marvel. This is the animated movie. This one's kind of beaten up pretty good. But here's issue 2 from the movie. I mean, you can see it's pretty banged up, but still okay. Bastille and Marvel got issue 28. Mechanic slamming the tree into Blaster and Goldbug. This is the newsstand edition. It's pretty good. Yeah, you and your Sharkies, Stalkades. Oh, look, we got another anime from the 86 movie. Here's issue 1. This one's kind of a little bit worn. The cover's kind of pulled back a little bit, but it's still pretty, still a decent read book. But look, we spoke about issue 2, and we got another issue 2, and this one's a little bit better shape. More Sharkies, Dogcades. And we're sticking with Marvel for at least one more issue. Here we have issue 31, Car Wash of Doom. This is actually a really good book. This is, personally, I think this is one of the better arcs, or not one of the better arcs, but one of my favorite arcs in there. Going back into Dreamwave and a crossover with the G.I. Joe. If you haven't read this series, I recommend you reading it. This is like a good look what if scenario if the Joes and Transformers were woken up during World War II. So I mean, it's a good little story arc. And we jump right into issue 2 of it as well. Well, you got Ravage and Snake Eyes going at it. And another crossover. But this is still Dreamwave, but another series. This is Generation 1 G.I. Joe Divided Front, issue 1. It's a nice image there of Soundwave and Cobra, basically all together. And a more recent Transformers G.I. Joe book. This is issue 5 from the series from like 2-3 years ago now, I think it is. Well, they had Fortress Maximus in it. And we still got a few more here. going into, we had Autobots in the Skies, but now we're going to go into More Than Meets the Eye. Issue 53. This is the regular cover, or cover A. Got Skids and Nautica and Minimus Ambus there. And we're going to continue with that one by jump all the way up to issue 1. This is the penny press issue of that. So we got both penny press editions of the RID and More Than Meets the Eye series. And we go back to a different series, Stormbringer by IDW. This is issue 2, cover A. We'll jump to a more recent series, Optimus Prime. This is issue 1, the subcover, subscription cover A. Got RC, Prime, and Soundwave standing there. We'll stay with Optimus Prime and go to issue number 2. Cover, subscription cover B. Had to make sure of that. And then we go on to issue, back still in Optimus Prime, issue 3. Got Thundercracker with the Joes. And this is it, cause again, subscription cover B. And this one I know I have multiple of, so I'm going to show off what I can of this. I'm just going to go off on it. But here's Revolution issue 1. I have very, very said, hang on, Ryan, just curious, did you pick up any issues of Transformers number 1, the prequel from 07, the first book the Transformers ID meant to put out, but was recalled? It's too late for they were supposed to be sold, but some were. I don't know. I really don't know. I got several number 1s, but I don't know if any of that's considered one. But that one I got a second copy of that, so got another. Well, let's do this because I got 4 copies, at least 4 copies of that book. I might have even more. Actually, I do. There's a 5th copy. And that looks like all for that one. But we still got a few more here. This is sticking with Revolution. This is issue 1 from the Micronauts. I actually have not read the Revolution, or at least not all the Revolution stuff, but I've read a few of them. But I've not read this one. And we're sticking again with Revolution. This is the issue 2, and I have several copies of this one. This is the regular cover with a lot of them with the Mask crew, which I have to admit I kind of like the tie-in with this because I like them showing how Mask got their technology. That was always something I thought was pretty nifty about it. But again, I don't have just one copy. With that one, I have 3 more, so I have 4 copies of it. But we want to jump back into more IDW. This is the Windblade. This is the Combiner Wars saga, if I remember right. Could be missed. Actually, I take it back. Well, just for the future, if you pick up Transformers prequel, either cover A or B on page 5, just bubbles missing text. Cross one of this in it. Okay, I'll keep an eye. I actually have several prequel number 1 of those. I'll have to look and see. But this is Windblade issue 4, regular cover. I always like this image because you could also put like verses like right here. Looks like it'd be pretty good for that. And we're going to jump back into Dreamwave once again. We got issue 3 from the first wave they did from basic Generation 1, or Volume 1, Insecticon cover. And we're sticking with Dreamwave. got some Micromasters. Issue 1. And this, I think this is just, I know there's multiple covers of this one, or for that issue. But we also got issue 3. And issue 2. So we got 1, 2, 3 from that. And oh, look. We got 2, 3 more of that issue 3. So it's 4 of them again. And I know I already have like 2 or 3 of these already, so we'll have to work that out. And continuing on, let's see. Save that one for the last part of this. That Insecticon book, this is continuation of that. This is actually issue 4 from that wave, where it's got Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. And then we also got issue 2, shows the Seekers. So, which I have all those. And then we're going to keep going with that with more Dreamwave, but this is a different saga or series. More Than Meets the Eye, issue 5. If you haven't seen this series before, this is a series that's basically a, I won't say guidebook, but it's a spec book. So it tells you all the characters and gives them their bios and stuff. There's like 8 issues to that one. But that's all the loose stuff I had that was in that box and stuff. Indeed, they were great issues. I've actually sat and just read those and enjoyed it immensely. But bear with me as I move this a little bit closer to me. Come here. Okay. Now we're going to go back into the box here. And I'll show it off again. Please, again, ignore the background back there. But get a couple out. We're going back into Infiltration. This is issue number 1. I think this is just the regular cover for it. Got Ratchet there. Set that down. Another Infiltration. This is cover 6, issue B. Sorry for the glare. Megatron blowing a hole through somebody, which I believe is supposed to be Starscream. And then here's issue 4, where there's said Starscream. One cool thing about these was that a lot of them had connecting, or covers were kind of connected up. That's where I Dreamwave took it too far. Infiltration is 6 issues and there's like 40 covers. Agreed. There was like, I think the first issue had like 20 covers for it. And actually had most of them. I think there's like 3 or 4 I'm missing for it. And they're kind of harder to find. But I mean, it was a good idea for them to do multiple covers. There's nothing wrong with doing multiple covers. But when you do like 30, 40 covers, that's kind of pushing it. Cover 2, or issue 2. This is cover B from Infiltration. This is, I believe this was like a prequel to it. This is actually issue 0. There's Megatron there. And we want to keep in Infiltration. This is actually issue 3, cover D. Got Verdi and the other 2 characters there. I cannot, for the life of me, think of their names, though. And we're going to switch gears from Infiltration into Spotlight. Got a Shockwave Spotlight book. This is actually his A cover. Now I have to admit, yeah, I know there's like 5 issues of 0, 5 different covers. I think there's only 1 of those 5 that I'm missing. I think I'm missing the Galvatron, I think it is. I know I may be mistaken. I may be thinking of one of them, but I know I'm missing like 1 cover from that. One thing I have to say about the Spotlights, especially the early ones like Shockwave, they had 2 main covers, and they had like the black and white versions of them. And no, the black and white ones are normally the harder ones to find right now. We continue on the Spotlight. That's a good cover, Nick Roche. I'm not sure. I don't know how to judge covers, but I do know I have a couple copies of that. So if you're interested in that, Ryan, I'll set that one aside for you. We also got Night Beats cover. Again, I apologize for the glare that's coming up on it. They look, honestly, Ryan, both of these look in great shape. I'm not seeing any dings or anything on it, but I'm not a professional grader by any sense. And lastly, this is, to my knowledge, this is the last Spotlight book. Got Hot Rods. Actually, I really like this image. I like just like him surfing down on a meteorites coming in on the planet. Good story in there too. Going into Robots in Disguise. This is issue 7, cover A. Again, Dogcades, if you see one that you might be interested in, let me know, man. We'll work something out. Got issue 5, cover B. Nice image of Ironhide. Like I said, some of these have bags but no boards in them, but they still seem like in really good shape. So here is issue 22, cover A. Continuing still in Robots in Disguise. This is issue 51, the subscription cover. When basically they took off the Robots in Disguise name off of here because of the animated series that come out of it. Continuing on, we got issue 52 of that as well. Nice image there of RC and Galvatron. And issue 35, subscription cover. Yes, the sketch ones are really hard to find. There's like one from the Regeneration 1 I'm still trying to get a hold of, but those, if you're talking about the blank covers, those ones are hard to get a hold of, at least not where they're not been drawn on. But I actually have a couple of this issue. This is issue 48. Doc and shoot, I cannot think of the dog's name. It's Thundercracker's dog. His name slipped my mind. But got 2 issues of that there. And this is actually issue 49. Kind of a homage to the Megatron cover from All Hail Megatron, but this one's got Galvatron. Buster, thanks, Nick. And welcome, Nick. His name just went completely out of my head right then. But welcome, Nick, and everybody else that's watching. I don't know if you know this, but Frank and Peter are going to do a signing in April. You might want to send something. Then I thought last year was going to be their last year signing. This might be the last chance to get something from them, considering their age and COVID. Yeah, I have to agree, but I don't have anything I can send. I do have stuff I could send, but it'd take forever for me to figure out what to send. Set this here. We got another one of the issue 35, the Prowl of Prime and RC. And I got at least 2 of this issue, which is the 36 rare cover. There. Yeah. Then we're going to go on to continue on it into 37. RC and Galvatron standing off. This is the regular cover there. Got a couple of more movie comics here. This is Saga of the R-Spark. This is Starscream. This is actually issue 4, cover B. And actually, I think this Prime, yeah. And actually, the Prime, I also have Prime, this is the issue 4, cover A. I actually did not have these. I don't have a lot of the movie stuff, but the movie, like the live action movie, the first one, the 07 movie, I have a lot of issues of that. I have some of the Reign of Starscream and the others, but I didn't have much of the other series off of that. So these are going to be great additions to my collection. They got this movie prequel from Target. I think where they showed one of these off. And Defiance, again from the movie. This is actually from Revenge of the Fallen. This is issue 3, cover A. Again, I'm sorry about all the glare that keeps showing up on there. I'm not normally a fan of the movie, but it's a comic. I mean, it's Transformers comic, so it's all good. Here's cover 1A. This is Defiance. Was the other one Defiance too? Yes. So it's a part of the series. There's issue 1 of it, and we did have another copy of that same issue. The issue 3. And then we go still on Defiance. This is actually issue 3B. So that's pretty cool. Again, I didn't have much of those, so those are going to be great additions. And we're not even halfway through this box yet, so bear with. I'm just trying to get a few at a time so I don't make too big of a mess over here. More Revenge of the Fallen. This is actually the movie adaptation. This is cover 3. Or issue 3, excuse me, cover B. Nice image there of Starscream. Back into Defiance. This is the same cover I showed off a little while ago. So that's the second copy of that. And another one of that same Starscream from earlier. From the Saga of the Allspark. And yet another of the Defiance. So see, some of these I got like couple of them, and some of them just 1, 2. Got the here it is. Speaking of Reign of Starscream, this is Reign of Starscream issue 4, the retailer incentive cover. So that's one retailer incentive book I've gotten in this set. Continue on some more movie adaptation, issue 3. This is the regular cover. Actually, I think I have like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 of these things now, but I really need to sort through how many copies I got. Back to War Within from Dreamwave. We've got issue 2. Got another copy of that. Dark Ages, issue 2. Actually, I have to tell a quick story on this. When I first got this, or one like this one, I actually thought it was a bad misprint because it doesn't have the Dark Ages up there. So I thought the one I had was like 1 in a million or something like that chance, but then I found out there's actually quite a few of these out like that. As to how exactly many, I don't know, but I have yet to see one that actually says the Dark Ages right there. Another War Within, issue 6, Prime with Megatron defeated. This is issue 3 from War Within. Another issue 1. This one, actually, I do like the cover on this one because it folds over. You got the other half of it on that side. I always thought that was really cool how they did that. I hear you, brother. Issue 4. Sadly, I can't spend too much time talking because I got to try and get this done before it gets too late tonight. Issue 4 of War Within. And back into the Dark Ages, we've got issue 1. I personally would like to see them do I won't say masterpiece version, but a good-sized version of this Jetfire. I've seen they've Spark Toys did do a Prime and a Megatron. It was Alpha and Spartacus was their 2 names. And I had both of those, and they're both great figures. But sadly, they folded up, and their next figure was supposed to be Grimlock, and there's talk that the one after that was supposed to be either Starscream or Jetfire. So I was hoping they'd stick around and do that Jetfire, but here's another from Dark Ages. We've shown this one off earlier. This is issue 4 again. And we're showing off issue 6. The Fallen there. And continuing on, actually got 2 copies of this, so I can show both of these off. This is from the Monstrosity from IDW. This is issue 4C. The C cover. Got all the Decepticons shooting up at somebody, or starting their payback. And then we jump into Primacy, this is issue 3, the regular cover. Got the one-shot book, Redemption. This is a good story arc that they did for the Dinobots. I always enjoyed these books. And then next we have the Summer Special. This is just like a collection of like 3 or 4 stories in there, short stories. Pretty good. And last for this pile, we got Evolution's Heart of Steel. This is issue 3, cover A. This is the regular cover. Oh, we still got more to go. Make sure I'm not missing nobody here. I'm going to try to get a little bit bigger of a stack for this one. So bear with. This is being the Beast Wars fan that I am, this was the only Beast Wars book to come in the set. This is from the Ascending. This is issue 4, cover B. Nice image there. Issue 1 from this is from Dream, the second set. How you doing, Patrick? Go on to same series. This is issue 6. Got Shockwave with the Matrix. Issue 5. Prime standing over Magnus. Issue 4. Hot Rod, Cup, and Wheelie. Their guns trained on Prime. Issue 3. Grimlock and the Dinobots. Issue 2. Magnus and a bunch of Autobots. As you can see, these are designed to. There's two covers for it, and they're designed to like link together with the other cover, which I don't know if I have. Let me double check here. 5, 4, 3. Did I have 2? No, it's 6. No, not on this particular event. I was going to show if I had the other one, but I'll probably do somewhere. There's another issue 3 from of the Dinobots there. This is from Generation 1. This is issue 10. Megatron was basically Starscream with Megatron's fusion cannon about to blow his head off. Issue 9. So the previous issue. Yeah. Issue 8. I can't even remember who that's supposed to be being crushed there. It's a pretty cool image still, though. Issue 7. Got Sunstreaker and Sideswipe surrounded by Insecticons. Issue 3. Jetfire or Skyfire, I believe that's what they call them in this one, and Sunstorm fighting out with Starscream. Issue 2. There got Bumblebee with Bruticus down. He's about to finish him off. You and me both, man. Dreamwave always felt like did some great art. They got screwed over. Or at least the people that work for them did. Like you mentioned earlier, here's issue 6. A very nice image there. I really like how that turned out there. And then we got issue 5. So we pretty much got almost a complete series here. Issue 4. Got Sunstorm in a CR chamber, basically. Here's issue 0 from it. Megatron there. And issue 1 of Prime. And we're going back into Armada again. Got issue 4. And issue 3. Issue 2. And issue 6. Let's see, Ryan, that issue does the ongoing series, and after that there was an issue 11, but as you know, Dreamwave went bankrupt. Yeah, that you can read their continuing stories on the Wikipedia. They have a, they'll have the link. If you open up to that page and you go to the next one, it'll have what the story was supposed to be for that. Bear with me. Let's take a quick drink here. Oh, get these wet. There we go. That's a little bit better in there. Okay, we're sticking with Armada. Got issue 9. Issue 6. Another issue 5, which I'm pretty sure I showed that off earlier, I believe. Maybe not, but an issue 4 again. Another issue 3. An issue 2. Another issue 1. And the only Energon book, the Walmart exclusive issue 1. If you didn't know, the Armada ended and it basically became Energon. So this was like continue right into Energon. Another issue 5. Another issue 6. Another issue 1. A lot of Armada books. And another issue 5. We get to go back in time a little bit here. Going to the Marvel, back to Marvel. Jetfire, Source Supreme, issue 11. This is the direct edition. A little beaten up, so it's not going to be great shape. You can kind of see the staples are coming off there. I do know about that, but issue 13, direct edition. Issue 29, which this one actually looks in really good shape. The Scraplets, introduction of the Scraplets. Grab a few more here. You got issue 3 from the Headmasters. And issue 70. This is another figure I would love for them to make, is the confused form of Megatron and Ratchet. I think some people have made it, like, from what I can tell, this one's okay. I can see like the staples a little bit right there, but still not too bad. Got a Birds of Prey, issue 62. The Matrix Quest. Issue 49. This one's actually been put in bottom ways, but it's still good. Issue 45, Turner Circuit Breaker. Issue 69. Issue 35. Defense and Bruticus. Issue number 16. Plate of the Bumblebee, or Bumblebee's Last Stand. And we get to go into Generation 2. This is issue 8. I always like this image of Prime and Megatron standing back to back. First appearance of Jetfire. Yeah, that was issue 11 or 12. 11, I want to say. Another issue 1. This is actually, well, no, this is another one. This is the gatefold edition where the cover opens up for a big piece of art. No, the first appearance of Jetfire is like issue 11, Ryan. The other one was the first appearance of the Scraplets. Well, I'm sorry. It was the one I showed off earlier. I'm sorry. Regeneration 1, cover B, issue 89, excuse me. Then issue 93. This is cover A. Did I say what the other cover was? Yeah, no, that one's cover B. Yes, issue 70. Issue at least 2 copies of this one. Issue 84 from Regeneration 1, the cover B cover. And we got some more here. Another Regeneration 1, issue 89. Nice image backstory basically of Shockwave there. And another issue 93. Yeah, my books are sliding over here. A copy of 97. This is cover B. I actually did not have this cover, so I'm looking forward to add this one to my collection. Got 2 copies of 96, cover A. You can see here. An issue 97, cover A as well. And yet another cover of 97, cover B. Again, this is the one I needed. So, and then lastly, I think this is all for Regeneration 1. This is issue 96, cover B. And then one I'm really proud of, I hadn't seen this one, but this is the annual or Transformers G.I. Joe movie adaptation. I've looked up about this one, and I've seen like the sites that have it, and they didn't have this cover listed. So this is like they had 4 covers, and this is like the 4th one. So I'm really hoping to get this one into my collection. Nice image there of Jazz transforming. Back to crossovers with Transformers G.I. Joe, another issue 5. I showed that off earlier. Back to the Dreamwave version of it, the crossover with G.I. Joe during World War II. There's another issue 5. And an issue 4. Basically, Grimlock as a tank. And an issue 3. That's a nice image of Destro and Baroness. But we're getting there. We're just about done in this box. Got an issue 1. Showed that off earlier. That's another copy of it. And another copy of issue 2. Going back into More Than Meets the Eye. This is issue 48. cover, the regular cover. Some nice image of skids there. And issue 30, the subscription cover. Hot Rod basically handing over the keys to the Lost Light to Megatron. And I have a couple. I have more than this. No. I have 2-ish copies of this issue 44, the regular cover. And issue 20, cover B. Issue 52, regular cover. Going to Best of UK from IDW. This is cover issue 6, cover A. Centaurion against the Constructicons. And Space Pirates, issue 3, cover, regular cover. Metroplex basically taking on some of the Sharkticons and stuff. Another Space Pirates. This is issue 2. Soundwave leaving the charge. And back in the Stormbringer issue 2, cover B. Or going to Stormbringer, I should say, not going back to Stormbringer. We're almost done. We are almost done. I'm actually going to grab the last what's in this box. In this hand. Ugh. This is all that's left in the box. Well, don't go away because I still got others to show besides these. Stormbringer issue 3, cover A. Got the records on there. Stormbringer issue 1, cover A. Nice image of Jetfire. Ooh, excuse me. Transformers to All Are One, issue 12, cover B. Starscream Windblade. Revolution issue subscription cover B. Drift Empire of Stone issue 3. Dogcades, what you saying home about? Going into the Optimus Prime subscription cover B. Jetfire looking at the stars. And this is issue 8 of Optimus Prime. Jazz setting up for his interview. And we're going back to Dreamwave again with Micromasters, issue 3. Issue 1. We showed this one off earlier. And then we got to go back into Dreamwave some more to return to the More Than Meets the Eye. Issue 8. And issue 2. And issue 1. Okay, this is just these are just like a big index or glossary or dictionary of all the characters. Their specs and stuff. Issue 6. And issue 3. Issue 7. So we pretty much, I think I got this is be my full collection from that. We're going to go back to the issue 4 of the first series of Dreamwave, the Constructicons there. This is issue 4. And issue 3, the Insecticons. Issue 2 of the Autobots. Got Jazz, Prowl, and Mirage. And another copy of them Insecticons. And I know I showed this one off earlier. The Seekers again of issue 2. Issue 5 of Soundwave and his cassettes. Another copy of the Constructicons, issue 4. And issue 6, got Minosaur there. And the last, whoa, they're starting to slide a little bit because there's so many of them piled up here. Last but not least, issue 1. And that was up for that big lot. That was everything out of that box. See? No more. That was a big lot. Not too bad for the price either, I don't think. But what else I got this week from I believe there's like another comic shop I bought from. I cannot remember the names on half of these. I know there's One Stop Comic Shop, Good Old Comics, and a couple others. Blaze Comics, I believe, is one, but I did pick up issue 3 from the current wave. This is like the second printing of that issue. Also picked up a issue 24 from the Marvel newsstand edition. Got a issue 12 from Generation 2. And you can never go wrong with this one. Issue 5. Great cover. This is probably one of the most famous covers from the Marvel wave. This one, these last few I'm going to show will have the plastic stuff on them, or the plastic cover. I got this one from off of eBay. I actually bought this, and then I got some off of One Stop Comic Shop. But I got, this is a reprint of issue 1 from Marvel. Got the toys of Optimus and Megatron there. Nice image there. I also picked up from the current run of Transformers issue 19, retail incentive. And it's actually got an issue on the back. Issue 1 as well. This one I'm kind of worried about because the bottom of it's slit, but it doesn't damage the books. So, again, these I got those two, and some of the rest of this I got from One Stop Comic Shop. That first one I showed I got from eBay. This one also did get from One Stop Comic Shop, but there is a second copy of the issue 1, or a second version of that, but I also got the other print version of it. Of Prime and Megatron still fighting it out. I know, Dull Cage, you're jealous. This is again issue 1 some more from the current run. This is the retailer exclusive, but also have a black and white copy of it. Can't have. You might see something shortly. This is the last one I did get from One Stop Comic Shop. This is actually another issue 1 retailer incentive A. And these last few, well, this one also comes from One Stop Comic Shop. I'm sorry. He sent this one as well. This is the retailer incentive B. But what was cool about this guy, Brian, if I'm not mistaken, is his name. Am I right, Ryan? I don't want to butcher his last name. But he runs the One Stop Comic Shop. He sent all these. But he sent me a free book as well. This is the purdy part, Dog Cates. I spoke earlier about Jeff Edwards and Steve Lydek doing the art, because most of them, they did like the work on most of these. But he's, as a special free copy or free issue, he sent this one. another copy of the black and white with Jeff Edwards and Steve Lidek's signature on it. It is awesome. When I pulled that out and I saw this, I was like, it said it actually had a tag on here that said free book, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is cool. This is really cool. But I got that. And speaking of Steve Lidek, as I mentioned before, there's streams that they do on Fridays and Saturday night. I actually got a couple books from Steve. It took quite a while to get to me. I don't know why. He lives in Florida. I live in Mississippi. It shouldn't be that hard to get here, but it's actually left, and it took almost 3 weeks for it to get here. But I got the convention exclusive issue 19 from him. He signed it down there, which is awesome. And he's also sent issue 1, retailer exclusive, with his signature as well. So pretty. But that's it. That's all I got. I mean, I have quite a few books signed, but I don't know why. I love these ones, especially this one. So Brian, I thank you again, brother. If you're watching this now, if you're watching it later, I thank you for it. Jeff and Steve, I thank you. I done thanked y'all both on your streams, but thanks once again if you guys see this. I love this thing. This is just awesome. I'm actually going to get me it's Freddie Williams. That one is the one of the 10 foil. It's the 1 in 50 okay. Yes, thank you, Ryan. I knew it was Daniel, but I just couldn't. I don't know how to pronounce his last name properly. Is it Partouche? Am I saying it right? If I'm butchering it, I am sorry. But he rocks, and he's on that. Lastly, I will, so when it gets here, I got a special surprise coming to y'all, and it probably won't be here till like June or so, but you guys will enjoy it when it comes. Dan is the best in the business. In the States, you have nothing to worry about with him. He's always sends you free goodies most of the time. Yes, and I appreciate that, Daniel. I really, really do. I'm actually going to get me some kind of little cover to hang this up on my wall. I have a couple things up here signed on my wall. I actually have a Scott McNeil signed photo and or not signed photo, but signed picture up here, and I got a Gary Chalk picture signed up here as well. Well, not picture, they're one's a Scott McNeil image of him and Dinobot and all the characters Scott's done, his autograph on it, and the other is Beast Wars Primal, the 3 versions of Primal signed by Gary Chalk. So, I mean, it's all cool. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Whether you're watching now, the ones that are here now, Ryan, Dogcades, and Patrick that was here earlier, and there was somebody else that was here, Nick. Appreciate y'all coming, hanging out with me. Sorry I started later. I wasn't sure my mic and stuff was working. But as you can see, I have a huge pile of comics now to deal with. But you guys have a good night. And be sure to come back. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel here. I'm going to be putting some more stuff up on it real soon. I've been trying to get stuff situated, and every time I get going with it, things kind of, fold up, really. But until next time, guys, it's Don saying thanks for watching, and I shall talk to you later. So you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.